what is stopping Nigeria from having a transparent process in terms of picking their leaders? Because guess what? If you fail to have a means of holding them accountable through elections, by 2027, the same people who put you in this situation you are complaining about will come back. So Nigeria will only renew our Shege subscription and continue in this vicious cycle.
Who pays for the subscription?
It is Nigerians, our lives, the people in
Who collects the money?
I mean, government are living the luxury while they are outsourcing the losses to all of us. Every one of us here, including
It's affecting
what Nigeria is experiencing currently is the ghost of the Buhari administration. Buhari is the seed of failure and incompetence that was planted by APC that has given birth to Tinubu as an offspring. So both of them complement each other.
Mike, do you have fire extinguisher?
So what I'm trying to say,
we need fire extinguisher.
What I'm trying to say is that when because he even made mention of the fact that from money saved from subsidy, the money is being distributed to governors. Victor, we should be very careful and serious about leadership. When Tinubu came and said he wanted to remove subsidy, was the statement that he will remove subsidy and share money to governors. What is the point of giving money to the other tiers of government without accountability? When till date, there are governors who are still making excuses for not being able to pay 70,000 minimum wage in this economy. How do you increase money to people without accountability? That is the same thing that this same government, look at the mischief. You are talking about local government autonomy, and I have insisted, local government autonomy without accountability is decentralizing corruption. What you are saying is that the governors have been eating too much, so let other local governors, chairmen eat, so that we mobilize them as grassroots supporters. Look at the same government that was talking about local government autonomy. Look at the peace deal according to them that they will reach in River State. That the incumbent governor should not even be interested in taking
they
suspended the state of emergency. That the suspended governor will not take part. Why? Because the person allegedly to pick local government chairman will be a former governor. For a president who is talking about local government
and that person you are alleging is a member of the PDP
and seated in the cabinet of the APC as a federal executive
working with Peter. He reports to duty with Peter, and then he goes to look at Paul at night.
So you can see that in Nigeria today, there is nothing like governance. What we are doing is politics, and that is why Tinubu is the first person who came to power in 2023.
But politics is governance activity.
Politics is an activity that brings in a government that takes care of the welfare of the people. The constitution says that the welfare and security of the people will be the primary responsibility of government. If you fail to secure the lives of people and their properties, you push more people into extreme and multidimensional poverty. You have no business in governance. And that is why today Tinubu came in 2023, and this is one of the first governments that started campaign the same year they came into power. Everywhere you go, 2027.
Will disagree with
he can disagree. I am not speaking about things that fairy tales. I'm telling you what is on ground. Go to Abuja. Once you are entering from everywhere you see neighbor to neighbor, let your voice be heard of Ashiwaju. We are supposed to be experiencing renewed hope. In this level of renewed hopelessness and despondency, you are talking about another 4 years. Oga finish the one that is at hand now. Let us see how Nigerians
it is within its rights to seek re-election.
And it is within our right to seek good governance. You can become a victim of a system you support. You remember when some Kabiesis were killed in Ekiti in January of 2024? The woman who was crying at the palace was saying, that Kabiesi is a good man. Say during the election, and him been the talk, say, APC. But when that APC government came, he was one of the first victims that Fulani militias used to do their festival of killing. Guess what? Till today, President Tinubu has not visited Ekiti. Remember that the last time he was on vacation in France trying to think about his policies for about 2 weeks, more than 150 people were killed in Plateau alone between Bokos and Mangu local government. In fact, the last time that President Tinubu even made an attempt to cover up national public outcry to visit Benue State, he could not even visit the community, Yelewata, where the people were being slaughtered in Benue. Let us know that as much as we try to defend government or bad governance, it is about the lives of Nigerians. In the first place, if not for INEC and Nigeria Judiciary, that is why I am looking forward to 2027. Because if not for INEC and Nigeria Judiciary, will this government be in this office in the first place? If not for INEC. Is the mandate of the current government a clear mandate without any judicial technicalities and calisthenics?
Well, but the mandates went from so many appeals and ended at the Supreme Court.
Yes, ended at the Supreme Court of technicalities.
It said that the president won the election fair and square.
Exactly.
And the person who came second did not meet the requirement of the law.
Yes.
And that the person who came third did not also meet national spread.
Unfortunately,
therefore, that either of them did not meet the national requirement of the law.
And therefore,
the person who made the requirement of the law was President Bola have made Tinubu back then as a candidate.
Yes, and it is unfortunate because that is the same Supreme Court that took a person who came third in another state to make him the governor and then unseat the person who was there. They dysfunction. I mean, you know the Supreme Court governor of the state in the southeast.
I don't know.
And then
I don't assume, Peter, I don't assume.
You can Google it.
There are so many things you know that I do not know.
You can Google it.
So
You have
so
these things at your fingertips that you can Google. In any case, let me let you know that that dysfunctionality and disorganization began from the Buhari administration. Remember that the sitting Chief Justice of Nigeria was taken out of office based on Code of Conduct ex parte order and canon again that brought in the former Mahmoud Tanko, that brought in the Supreme Court governor. What are we saying? Nigerians must get a system that ensures and guarantees free, fair, and credible elections. That is my own issue. Anybody that emerges from there, if Nigerians want to vote and elect a goat to be their president, it is up to them. But let the process be seen to be free, fair, and credible. Okay, so in 2023, INEC received more than 300 billion from the National Assembly from government to conduct elections. We passed an electoral act that says that what is going to be the game changer will be the electronic transmission of results. On the day of the election, presidential election, 25th of February 2023, the INEC chairman said there was a glitch. Therefore, National Assembly results could pass and the presidential could not pass. Is it common sense that in a country that spent more than 300 billion to conduct one exercise, if there is no mischief on the part of politicians, Victor and Afolabi, should we at least have an agreement that it is a normal and moral and legal thing to do to investigate and know what caused the glitch? Is it okay to ask this question?
Glitch has repeated on JAM and WAEC.
Good.
So glitches has been happening.
That is, it is not, now we must establish, because elections are the foundations of every democracy. Elections are the recruitment process of a nation. In this institution we see right now, one of the most important institutions or departments will be HR, because without the HR, you will not be here. Imagine a HR that continues to have glitches, where in a place of getting a medical staff for the institution, you hire a doctor. Where you need a presenter, you bring a carpenter. That is what glitches will cause with INEC. So if we are unable to know what
so are you saying that the glitches are being caused by bringing a cook to the chef to be
whatever causes the glitches? What I am saying is that we must identify the glitch and ensure that we do not have further glitches. That is why our demand to the National Assembly is clear. We want mandatory electronic transmission of results. Ghana, South Africa, countries that are smaller in size than Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo are doing it, Senegal. So what is stopping Nigeria from having a transparent process in terms of picking their leaders? Because guess what? If you fail to have a means of holding them accountable through elections, by 2027, the same people who put you in this situation you are complaining about will come back. So Nigeria will only renew our Shege subscription and continue in this vicious cycle.
Who pays for the subscription?
It is Nigerians, our lives, the people in
Who collects the money?
I mean, government are living the luxury while they are outsourcing the losses to all of us. Every one of us here, including my brother who is talking there. If you check how much you are spending for...
is now your brother?
Yes, he's my brother. He's not even now. He's my brother. He's a human being like me. What I wish for myself, I wish for him. If good government come to Nigeria today, he will be a beneficiary.